Beth, you want to just touch on the trades and
Sure.
all the progress you've made? I mean, that was something that the board discussed in early February, and we've made some significant progress. And so if you could just bring the board up to speed on that while you're
Sure,
here.
absolutely. So I want to thank Mr. Durkin and Mr. Smithing for being involved in this. Mr. Durkin has really made some great connections for us. I actually had to keep a spreadsheet because they were coming in pretty quickly, and I wanted to ensure that we were making the connections quickly. As of right now, we have spoken with all of the contacts with the exception of one, and we are meeting with him tomorrow. The counselors and I have had the opportunity, and everyone's been great, like so excited, very helpful and very interested in working with RB students and trying to build a partnership. And what I think is really great is now we have a personal contact. Now we have someone, if a student is interested, if they have a question, we have a name with a face, they know who we are, and they're very gracious in saying, yes, give us a call. So we have created this a website. I want to say thank you to David Weischer, who provided us with some of the information. Oh, Marion, if you want to click to the website. And Melissa Carey, who has put it all together on our student services homepage that's then linked to college and career. And actually, Melissa just added another video for me yesterday through Leiden, had a really nice video, and they were gracious enough to loan us their script and their slides. And we, rather than recreating the wheel, Melissa just sort of tweaked it so that it was relevant to our RV students. And then college and career, if you click there. And then the union trades, there it is. So Melissa added the video at the top is new, and then just a couple of other videos that were found online relative to the trades. And then if you scroll down, all of the people that we have been in contact with some information regarding requirements, actually the website where they can go directly for more information. So our plan is to show this website when we're meeting with freshmen, sophomores, juniors during their group guidance lessons, which are at minimum twice a year, one in the spring, one in the fall and one in the spring. And then we'll start in the fall with a trades expo. Everybody was on board with that. With COVID right now, it's a little hard to get people in the building, and quite honestly, I think our students are just zoomed out by the end of the day, and I really wanted to have this, be successful. I didn't want to have these men give up their time and then not have students show up, but I really think if we offer a trades expo in the fall for our seniors, when we have students that are learning more about the 4-year college process, the 2-year college process, we'll offer this as another option, and then find interest, and then we will organize some field trips for students to actually go to the sites and see the school in person based on interest from the trade expo. And then starting next year for College and Career Week, we will offer a trades expo for freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors if they're still undecided. And then that will just be a consistent staple in our programming, is to have this happen twice a year, with focusing on the seniors in the fall. And then one of the questions was, do the counselors need any additional training? I think they're sharing so much information in these individual meetings that we're learning so much more about the trades, and it's very interesting. But what I think might be helpful is if we are able to take a group of students, and if we needed to get a bus, if that's something that the district would support, if students are not able to cover the cost of the bus on their own, it'd be nice to go to a couple of different places, just go to one place, go to lunch, go to another place, so that we can really expose them to what's out there. And the counselors are actually really excited about this. It's a kind of a new adventure.
Yeah, and nothing is very far. Like, one of the places is just right here on Lawndale and Ogden.
Yes. Yeah,
Right, like they're very, like Lions, very close, right? Probably the most you'd have to drive is like 20 miles.
and they're very used to going into schools and going to like career fairs, and a lot of them have their own setup where the kids can tinker around with things and kind of test their interest that way.
Yeah, thanks, Beth, for everything, all your help, and I took a pause. There's probably about 10 more that we're going to be putting on board there with you. I'm meeting with the Plumbers Union. They're really excited. Plumbers Local 130.
Great.
Meeting with them on Thursday. So, I'll be making that introduction.
Okay.
And also want to, just say thanks to Rich Polfus, for making an introduction, and John Gardner, community member, who made an introduction. To a couple of these
Yes, we met with
organizations.
the elevator union yesterday, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
Yep, we already met with him. Yep, we
Great.
just have to get it on the website.
Yeah, and everyone I've talked to, from these different trades are really excited. They say not enough high schools are doing this, which was, I guess it was good to hear, but it was also, wish more schools would do this, because there is a huge demand for skilled trades, and I think there's great opportunity for men and women, from RB in this community to go into a trade. And another organization that I'm trying to get into, just so we can make the connection and introductions, the Chicago Women in Trades. And so they give you a different viewpoint, that the trades are just not all male dominated. And so we can provide, some opportunity and support for our female students, who might be interested in the trade. It's good for everybody.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Guys, and I just wanted to thank Bill again. Thank you, Beth, and all the team, and to all the coordinators. I've spoken to a few, and it's been special to learn. I think Bob from the Iron Worker, he was an iron worker. His father, his grandfather. I mean, they built the city of Chicago. Yeah. So it was beautiful to hear their stories and how they're willing to work, with our students so they could build their own legacy. So I want to thank all the coordinators and all the directors. It's been special talking to them and hearing their stories.
And before I leave, can I just touch on testing really fast?
Yes, that'd be great.
So, everyone's excited to hear about testing. So it looks like we still will be administering the SAT to our juniors on April 13th and 14th. It's 2 days. We are mandated through the College Board for 2 days because of our accommodated testers. They need the 2 days. They take half the test on day one, half the test on day two. So that's the 13th and the 14th, and I'm so grateful because our juniors need an SAT for college. And if we weren't offering it through the state, we were going to have to figure out Plan B. And then we will be testing our sophomores with the PSAT 10 on the following week, on the 19th, and then the freshmen on the 20th. So that's going to be a good opportunity to get some data on those students, our current freshmen and sophomores, and do some little analysis of that. And then that can sort of help drive some of Kylie's interventions before we even start the school year, because we'll have that data back in the summer.
We just need to make sure, Dr. Freitas, we over-communicate maybe now that those kids are going to be expected to come in. So if there's a lot of kids that are remote, we're still going to expect them to come in for the PSAT and the SAT.
Yes.
So we'll be asynchronous on those days?
We have to be asynchronous on those days because we need as many teachers as possible for the administration of regular time testing and the students with accommodations.
Two of those days, are any of those days a Monday, or they're not Mondays?
Yes.
Yes.
The sophomores will take it on a Monday.
Okay.
Yes, so there will be.
So there's 4 days of asynchronous
Yes.
in April.
Yes, and
Okay.
unfortunately, there's no way around it. But I think if we look at it, it's an opportunity to collect some good data on our students. It's a valuable use of our time.
Yes.
I think you covered all the questions that were submitted. Is there anything else from the board?
No, I think that's exciting, Beth. I'm just really excited about the whole trade thing. It's just great choices for students. Thank you.
Yep.
For putting
Good
all
job,
the work
ladies.
in.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kylie.
Everyone
Thank you,
have a good
Beth.
rest of your night.